All right, that's it.
What?
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am doing how I edit my videos. You already know that because you read the title. I'm super excited to make this video. I was literally stressing, trying to make sure that I fit everything in this, and if you guys like it enough, then you give this video a thumbs up and everything, and I will do a part 2 for anything that I missed or any questions that you guys have specifically on things that I did. So I went on Instagram and I created a poll asking what videos you guys want to see more. So I put whether I wanted to do a room tour or how I edit my videos. It was a 50-50 like percentage, so I guess I'll be doing both. Yeah, make sure that you follow me on Instagram because I will be posting more like questionnaires like that, so you can vote on what video you want to see. So question number 1, where do I edit? It all just depends. It all just depends. Mostly in my room, right here on this bed. You can catch me editing here, and even here, and even here. I honestly can edit anywhere. Whenever a video needs to be done, you will catch me anywhere with my laptop. Like, do you ever leave that at home? I don't. Of course, I use my Mac. First things first, after I'm done filming everything, I have a hard drive. Basically what I do is just connect my hard drive to my laptop and import all the clips onto Final Cut Pro. So I use Final Cut Pro. I feel like Final Cut works better for YouTubers, or it works better for me. I use Premiere, I used iMovie. Once I went to college, we learned how to use Premiere Pro, so then I started using that. It was a monthly bill to use it. They did have a discount for students, but if I can just get Final Cut one time and didn't have to keep paying for it every month, then that's what I was gonna do. And if you're new to like this whole video editing thing, I will link a video down below that teaches you how to use Final Cut. I would recommend watching this video because it helped me a lot in learning how to use the program. So make sure that you have like food, drinks, entertainment while you're editing so you don't get hungry and starve yourself like I do. Okay, so how long does it take me to edit a video? It typically takes me about 3 to 4 days. I actually edited a video in 2 days, but that was literally the only thing that I got done in those 2 days. So to me, that just wasn't productive at all because there's other things you need to do in life. I came up with a system because I need a system for everything in my life. So I have a doc on how I break down how I edit, like my workflow for my videos. So basically, day 1, what I would do is I would import the clips, and then after I'm done importing all the clips that I want to use, I would cut the clips down into basically to shorten the video and cut out any parts where I'm taking a pause or a break or looking down, because nobody's gonna sit there and watch you through that. Like, while you get your life together, nobody has time. What I would do is just a shortcut is just hit B, cut the clips, boom boom, and then you just delete which clips you don't want. After I cut all the clips down and everything is looking good, everything is in order and sequence and all that stuff, then I would color grade the video. I kind of just started color grading, but after color grading, it's like you can't go back because like it makes it look just 10 times better. I will show you the color grading stuff later on in the video, so make sure you stay tuned for that. So after I'm done color grading and all that stuff, I make sure that I have an intro and an outro. So you see my intro here, I'm gonna insert it. And my outro also. So my intro, I'm actually thinking about changing it. I want something a little bit shorter because I'm kind of getting tired of it, but I made that on Final Cut. I don't have to go and create an intro every time I edit a new video because nobody has time for that. I made my outro on Keynote. It's also a really good app. It's on your laptop if you have a Mac. They have really cool effects with like text. Day 2 is when I start really messing around with the clips. I'm not gonna go all into depth about these things because I will talk about these things later, but basically I add the zooms effect, the flip effect. Day 2 is where I add my transitions, any overlays, and when I add the text. Day 3 is where I add my sound effects, my music that I want to use. I make my thumbnail for the video and I create like my description, making sure that I add like links that I said I was gonna link to. Of course, before I export with the video. I watch it a lot to make sure there's no mistakes, and then I schedule my post. Let me know if you also want me to make a video on how I make my promo videos for Instagram. Every time I post a video, I post a little promo video on IGTV with cold water. It's been 35 minutes. You can feel the pressure.
If you raise the bar, you know I gotta level it. I just caught a vibe.
Alright, so on to like the creative side. After like you do all the cutting down of the clips, which is kind of like a long time, which is why I kind of saved that for day one. After that, then we kind of move into creative stuff.
Let's get on to that. Alright.
So basically, when I first started using Final Cut, and even now, my sound effects for some reason do not come up right away when I click it, but I just have to wait a few seconds and then it pops up out of nowhere. So I don't understand why this is happening. But before I knew about this, I was using freesounds.com. Amazing little website. So on Freesounds, I would search up whatever sound I needed, and then I would just download it and then just drag and drop it onto Final Cut. Some of the sound effects that I love to use is the typing sound effect, the whoosh sound effect, or whatever it is whenever there's a transition. I also found this whip sound effect, and then I also like the bell or the ding sound effect. I use the pop sound effect. Yeah, so those are some of the sounds that I mostly use, and of course I always play around with different sound effects. Where do I find my music for my videos? So basically, this has been a struggle since the beginning. YouTube has gotten so much more strict on music copyrights. Like, you can get flagged for anything nowadays, even a remix. I'm just like, it's not even your song. Like, the first website that I'm so excited to share is the Matic. I was so hyped when I found this. One, it's free, honey, okay? And they have really good music on there. The thing is, you have to give them credit. So the good thing about the Matic is whenever you download, okay, actually if you're a content creator, you can sign in with your Gmail account. It saves all the songs that you download, which is great, because if you decide to use the song again, all the links that you should put in your description box to give the artist credit. So what you just do is just copy them and then just paste it in your description box, and that's it. And you know, it helps them out too, gets them a shout out. Some songs that I found on the Matic I'm gonna play right now.
I used to take myself out on dates. Yeah. I'ma buy a mansion for my mama when
Alright, so the good thing about the Matic is whenever you use the music in the video, you come up on their website. That's even more promotion for your video, and that just gives your video more exposure. I've gotten traffic from the Matic. Another way I would find non-copyright music is going on YouTube and just searching non-copyright music. These are like the songs that you typically hear in like almost every video from a YouTuber, because this is all we got. Some good copyright music that I use is this. Another website that I use is myfreemp3s.com. I used to do this a lot until I started getting copywritten for remixes, but I would type in the artist name. I would type in Tanaje remix, see what comes up, and then I would skim through her songs. It's like my last resort type of thing. Then all you do is just download the song. It easily downloads onto your computer. So you would import the songs that you got from my free MP3s, like the remixes, into Final Cut. Then you would export the video, post it onto YouTube as a unlisted or private video, wait a few minutes, see if any copyright claims come up underneath that video.
This is hard to explain. I'm sorry if I'm explaining this bad.
Alright, so if there's any copyright content, it'll let you know. You click on where it says includes copyright content, and then it'll let you know what song is
Copywritten.
Always make sure that you check that it's not going to get copywritten before you go through editing your whole video and then realizing that this copywritten and you have to remove the music or just take the L, because that's the worst. Okay, so basically when I add the music, if it's like this type of video and I'm talking, I put the music in last, just because whenever I make edits to the music and I decide that, hey, I don't want this clip anymore, and I take the clip out, now I have to rearrange all the edits that I made to the music after that clip. So it's just easier for me to make all my edits of my videos and my clips first before I add the music.
I'm talking so much.
Alright, my favorite transitions is the movement transition in the movement tab, and then I would just use push, and you can change what direction you want it to go in. And then I can also change the duration. Something that makes it easier is hitting Control D, and usually I just have the transition for 8 seconds so that it's really quick. You get the transition like this, go up, go down. My other favorite one is the scale transition. In my last video you see me use the VHS transition. I also played around with the Beauty Guru starter pack. I'll put it in right now. And I got those transitions from YouTube. What you want to do is go on YouTube and basically just search transitions green screen. A good channel that does this is iEditingX and Editing by Matthew. So just click on what you want, just copy the link from YouTube, and then I use this website called YouTube MP3 Converter, and then I just paste the link onto there. Make sure I click MP4 since it is a video. I hit convert. After I download that, drag and drop it onto the timeline. I drag it on top, and if it's green screen, what I would just do is drag and drop the effect keyer onto it, and that basically takes away the green screen, and then it places my video underneath. So that's the same way that I find my overlays. Usually I'll do this for like my social media handles. They have some that come up. I'll show you right here. And the subscribe logos that I have come up with my videos, it's all green screen, and that's how I do it. So for my thumbnails, I think it'll just be better if I created a separate video, because
I feel like I'm talking forever.
the main tip that I would give you is to take a picture before you film so you don't forget. Before, I would just take a screenshot from the video, which you can still do that, but you lose quality. Next is text. Alright, so usually I just type in, I go to titles on Final Cut and I put in basic, and usually I just drag and drop the basic title. There's shortcuts that you can do where you can just type one letter and the title will come up there. I have yet to customize my keyboard. Hannah Elise, she explains this really good in her video on how she edits. I can link those videos in the comments if you want, and they show you how to customize your keyboard. I usually use Avenir Next. You play around with the tracking of the text so that the letters are more spaced out. Another good title that I like to use is Impact. If Final Cut Pro is not doing it for me, then you will catch me on thefont.com, and they have basically every font that you ever needed in your life. Usually I go for like handwritten script. You can type in an example of what you want to say and it'll show you what it'll look like. So sometimes I'll add a shadow behind it. An effect that I use on my text is the underwater effect. I always use the typewriter effect. Some effects that I like to use is Bad TV. I kind of play around with this, and I think it just adds like a really nice vibe to the video. Another effect I like to use is adding borders around my video. I've done the camcorder effect in my LA vlog. I like to do the split screen effect or the picture-in-picture effect. But yeah, let me know if you want me to do a video, like a part 2 to this. If there's certain things that you want me to go more in depth about, then I will do that and I'll make a video on it. One thing, you don't just want to color correct all your clips. If you just copy and paste all the color grading effects onto all the same clips, it'll look different on each one depending on how the lighting is or the scenery that you're in. What I like to do is just color correct the clips that all look the same for the most part. You can do that 2 ways: by color correcting one clip and just copying that clip's effects and just pasting it onto all the other videos, or you can create an adjustment layer. I downloaded this from online, put that on top, and whatever effects you put on that layer will affect each video underneath it. Now there's many ways that you can color grade a video. So one way you can do is just in the effects panel, you add a color board onto that clip, and then you can change the saturation, the exposure, or the color. And sometimes I change the exposure of the clip if it's kind of dark. If it's too bright, I bring down the highlights or whatever it's called. Yeah. So after I'm done doing like the exposure and saturation stuff, then I will make a different color board, and that's when I start messing with the color of the video. And I never touch the master key in the coloring board. keyboard, because then that'll change the whole entire clip. So I would only mess with the shadows, highlights, and midtones. Usually I start with the midtones, I don't know why. I'll slide it over to the yellow, then I'll bring it down since I want to bring down the yellow tones. And then yeah, just change it from there. So that's one way to do it. It's a little bit more time consuming to do it this way. Another way is to just purchase the LUTs online, and you can just drag and drop it onto your video and just adjust it from there. So another way that I just learned from Seriah, what she said she does, and this is free if you don't want to purchase anything, what you would do to get a color grading that you want, you would go to a video that you like that has a really nice filter. You would do the same thing I showed you earlier. You just copy that link, download it to your computer, put it in Final Cut, and then you would click the clip that you imported from another YouTuber. You would hit match color, and then you would click your clip that you want to match the color with, hit apply match, and there you go. The colors are the same. You're welcome. Thank you to these YouTubers who know what they're doing. So another cool thing that you can do with your color effects, and you have a filter that you really like on your videos, if you want to save time on editing, click on the clip that you like. You would hit save effects preset, and you can choose which category you want to save it under, and then you name the preset that you have, save it, and then every time you go to the effects panel and you go to wherever you saved it, let's say you saved it in 360, it'll come up underneath what you saved it under. So that's a good way to save your color grading presets so that you don't have to keep color grading all your videos, because oh my god, it's annoying. That is it, my loves.